All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Coffee on the Farm. Doing a little kitten stream this morning. They're having some wild noises too. I don't know if those were turkeys or coyotes or what was going on out there, but there was just a ruckus of noise a minute ago. So, anyway, Morning Coffee on the Farm. Good day, everybody. If you're new, morning live stream here on the farm every day around sunrise or so, local time, for a few minutes. Just have a cup of coffee and relax a little bit before we get into the craziness of a typical day. All right, I got another kitten getting in on the action here. So, this little, I was going to tell a story about this little kitten. Anyway, so yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Sign up for the announcements or the whatever notifications so that it'll say when we're going live. If you want to catch the live stream, grab a cup of coffee or hot tea or whatever you like to have in the morning and have coffee with us while we think about what all we're going to get into today. Run through the to-do list, think about the projects that we got on store. Anyway, so this poor little guy, well, oh no, don't fight, you guys. Be nice now. So the kind of yellow colored one, his name's Peril. They're both rescues. Be good, buddy. Come on now. Rachel drove over him. He was a tiny little kitten that ran out in the middle of the highway, and Rachel drove over him with her car. She didn't hit him, but she just drove over him, and she thought, what was that? So she slammed on the brakes and went back, and it was this little flea bag, which she brought home and adopted, and now he lives on our porch, and his name's Peril. And then the little black kitten there that's crying, I don't think we've given him a name yet. So somebody, I guess, had dropped off a whole bunch of kittens, like feral kittens, at Rachel's vet clinic, and they scattered. They couldn't catch them or whatever. But this little guy climbed into her car, into the engine compartment or up under the car somehow, and hitched a ride all the way down. It's like an hour drive down the highway, all the way down here one evening. And then when Rachel was going out the next morning, actually she had the day to run errands and stuff and was going to get some work done on her car. She saw this little black kitten running around. She's like, what in the world is that? I wonder what that is. She goes down to the car repair shop. They open the hood and he jumps out. So he's been a stowaway on her car for multiple trips. And he ran all over the mechanic shop and ended up in a bucket full of used motor oil and antifreeze. He was just a complete mess. So she caught him and cleaned him up, and now he lives on our porch too, at least for now. He's very skittish and scared. He will bite and stuff, and he bit her a couple of times, and she's got to make sure he doesn't have rabies and stuff. So he's kind of in quarantine right now. But he's doing a little better. He's socialized. Getting socialized a little bit. I'm still not gonna try to grab him, do anything with him. I'm really allergic to cats, so I tend to stay away from them. I'm surprised we have so many. But anyway, this place, in addition to being a farm, homestead, place where I do consulting work, family home. Apparently, we are also an animal rescue, and our front porch is often the ICU. If we have a sick animal or a hurt animal, they often end up in a dog kennel on our porch for treatment. Or sometimes our shower is like a kind of, it's not a tub kind of shower. It's like a walk-in tiled room area. And we've had all manner of animals that have lived in the shower while they were recovering from something or being treated for sickness or injury, or ducklings that were too young to go out with the rest of the ducks. have lived in our shower. So if you wanted to take a shower, the first thing you have to do is go in and rinse all the duck poop down the drain, and then you can take a shower with the ducks. So that's been a thing a few times over the years. But anyway, it's a dreary, wet morning. We're going to get back into some cold weather this week. We've had some relatively warm weather over the Christmas holiday. It's going to dip cold again. And but hopefully not so cold that all our livestock water tanks freeze solid, because that gets to be a pain. And I'm still working on my solar powered livestock water tank unfreezer design and getting that perfected. So I guess if it gets really cold and the water tanks freeze, then I have another session where I can test and refine my design. So I guess it's really a good thing. But I like to have as few complications as possible. There's already so many complications anyway in life. Anyway, so daycare is back on this week. So that means I'm going to go grab the boy here in a minute and get him ready, take him down to town and drop him off to play with his friends. And then I'm going to get after it and get some stuff done. I've got most of the way done in terms of the fencing and gates for what used to be the pig pasture is now another goat and sheep pasture. And I made good progress yesterday on fencing and gates to get that finished up. And I should be able to finish that up today, and we can actually go ahead and start using it if we want to. I am going to do a little bit of retrofit on the structure to make it a little cozier for when mama sheep and goats with babies are in there trying to get tucked in out of the cold wind and stuff. So I'm gonna make the shelter a little cozier. But other than that, that project is getting to be about done. I've got another pasture fencing project to get done. And some odds and ends. And then that'll about take care of that stuff for now. I got to get back to working on my solar powered biochar oven, making some upgrades, kind of doing a version 2.0 of that. So this is a charcoal oven or a biochar oven that I built that runs off of solar power. So I've got a solar array and I can plug it in to my biochar oven, load it up with whatever feedstock I want to make biochar out of, whether it's wood chips or pellets or bones to make bone char, making char for water treatment experiments or various purposes. My friend in Texas has a company, a food waste composting company, and he's been interested in making biochar out of different components of his waste stream that he gets. And so I built him a prototype solar powered oven that he's been using to great effect. And now, after a lot of experience using it for a while, we're kind of working on a version 2.0 with some upgrades based on experience. So I got to get back to working on that. I think I have all the stuff I need. I just have to set aside the time to do all the retrofitting. This poor little guy's just crying and crying and crying. He's definitely getting more brave. When he was first here, he would just hide in his little carrier there, and he was spooked as anything. Now he comes out and he cries. He's not going to let me handle him. Hey, little guy. Hey there, little guy. Hey there. How are you? How are you? Oh, yeah, you're cute. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Oh, yeah. I'll bring you a treat. Don't worry. Anyway, this morning it's a little dreary out, so I figured we'd do a kitten stream. If you missed the explanation at the beginning, some people are coming in now. What happened with this little guy was he was a feral stray cat, a kitten, where a bunch of kittens got dropped off at Rachel's clinic at some point, I guess last week or whatever, abandoned. And he stowed away in her car, like in the engine compartment or something, and hitched a ride all the way down, like an hour drive home with her one evening. And the next morning she was going into town to get an oil change and some stuff done on her car, and he hitched a ride back into her car then and ended up in the mechanic shop downtown, running all around there. When they opened the hood, he leapt out and ran all around the shop, and they couldn't catch him. And ended up in like a pan of used motor oil. It was all greasy and nasty and covered in nasty chemicals and stuff. And so Rachel caught a hold of him and brought him home and gave him a bath. And now he's been living on our porch, and we're trying to socialize him and make him friendly, and then probably find him a home somewhere somebody can adopt him. If anybody wants a little black kitten, once he gets to be a little bit more friendly. Are you okay, kitty? Meow, meow. I think he'll be a nice little cat. I know you want out, don't you, God? Anyway, I'm gonna get after it. I gotta take the boy to daycare and then get to work. So hope everybody has a blessed day. Like I say, sign up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, get the notifications for when we go live. We try to do this every day around sunrise, our time. And just trying to build some new habits into my life. I just got to figure out how to pack more productivity into the same amount of time every day. And these little video streams are part of our outreach and marketing, and hopefully get people interested in what we're doing here at the farm. Anyway, hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.